Good evening. Welcome to the Mid-Tempo Jam. If you've been here already on our slow jam, welcome back. If you're coming in hot, welcome. We are going to get started with a good old number called Hand Me Down My Walking Cane. And this song has its roots from way, way back, 1880s, I believe. I cannot recall the name of the songwriter it's attributed to, but it is considered a traditional song at this point, a folk song. And the earliest recording that I know of is from Gid Tanner and the Skillet Lickers, who certainly Norman Blake got his version from, and that's sort of the version that I do. And Norman changed it up a little bit, and in ways that appealed to me. But I know that Norman listened to a lot of Gid Tanner growing up, and a lot of those early Grand Ole Opry bands. So the way this works, if you're new, is that first I got to make sure this thing is working. So I'm gonna double check the streams, make sure we're live, and it looks like we're live on YouTube, and I'll double check on the Facebook right quick. And then what happens is I give you a quick rundown of the song. I'm not here to teach you the song, though this is a great way to learn the song. I'm not doing a lesson on it. I'm just giving you a quick run through of how it goes, which for many is a reminder. And for people who play a lot of bluegrass, it's just like, oh, you know, it's this pattern or this melody, you know, because there's so many of them are so similar. So I give you a brief run through of the song, and then I'll demonstrate how I might kick it off, and then I will hand it to you, and you will kick it off while I back you up, meaning I'll play rhythm for you. And we have a click track going, so we're together. And then I will sing a verse and a chorus, and then I'll take a break, and you'll back me up, right? So we're jamming together virtually, and you can take the opportunity to work on things that you are practicing, you know, working on melodic backup to some of the verses or choruses, you know, working on different types of strumming or other rhythmic approaches, whatever instrument you're on. If you're playing banjo, you're working on your rolls. Whatever you're working on, this is a good time to do it. But just remember, when you're in the real world, you have a job in the band, and you want to stick to what that job is. So I don't want everyone to get used to noodling around a lot at home. You know, we're together. We want it to be musical, and keep all that good ensemble etiquette going with dynamics and giving everyone space and taking the space when it's yours to take. So anyway, here's Hand Me Down My Walking Cane. Here goes. And a one, and a one, and a five, and a one, and a four, and a four, and a one, and a one, one and five, and a one. That's the whole song as far as the chord changes. And now let's see what would be a good tempo, and I will demonstrate how I might kick it off. So we're in the mid-tempo jam, so this is kind of where we're going to start, and we'll go from there. And my kickoff goes something like a 1, 2, 3. Get myself set here. My kickoff goes something like a 1, 2, 3. Which is sort of a loose copy of what Norman does on his version. It's a little loud, isn't it? Okay, so go ahead and kick us off here in the key of G on Hand Me Down My Walking Cane. Here we go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. sins, they have overtaken me. I got it. Won't you go my bail? Come on, Ma, won't you go my bail? Come on, Ma, won't you go my bail? Get me out of this Nashville jail. My sins, they have overtaken me. Hand me down my walking cane. Lord, hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the morning train. My sins, they have overtaken me. Play. Well, the beans was tough and the meat was fat. Lord, the beans was tough and the meat was fat. The beans was tough and the meat was fat. Oh, good God, I couldn't eat that. My sins, they have overtaken me. Hand me down my walking cane. Lord, hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the morning train. My sins, they have overtaken me. I gotta get. And if I die in Tennessee, and if I die in Tennessee, if I die in Tennessee, ship me back by COD. My sins, they have overtaken me. Hand me down my walking cane. Lord, hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the morning train. My sins, they have overtaken me. Play it again. And if I die in New York State, Lord, if I die in New York State, if I die in New York State, ship my body back by freight. My sins, they have overtaken me. Hand me down my walking cane. Lord, hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the morning train. My sins, they have overtaken me. All right. We're off and running. Okay. Everyone chime in if you feel like it. I'll check in with you here in a moment. Let us know how you're doing, where you are, what you're playing. And we're going to get into a gospel plow. So, our Easter Monday theme, we got a bunch of gospel songs in there. But I, of course, welcome anybody, regardless of what your faith is, because my faith is pretty universal. And I do love singing these gospel songs, for sure. And this one, I'm kind of derived this from the Nashville Bluegrass Band version. And, of course, there's lots of versions of this one. And so, we'll be in the key of G. And it's like this. And a 1 flat 7 and a 1, and a 1 flat 7 and a 1, and a 1 and a 5 and a 1 flat 7, flat 7, back to 1, and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. So it's totally straight ahead. 1, a G, F, G, G, F, G, and with a slight pause. And then a 1, 5, 1. And then your F again. And then your G again. And then your 1, 5, 1. So there's that slight pause because you can't squeeze in the verse without it. So I've got my hand on the gospel plow, and I don't take nothing from my journey now. Keep your hand on the plow, hold on. So, or whatever your lick is, you squeeze that lick in right after that line, and that'll help you keep the timing straight. And then, as far as I can tell, they're going up on the vocal. Hold on, hold on, keep your hand on the plow, hold on. So there might be different, obviously there's lots of different arrangements of that, but I'm going to stick to that one because again, that's sort of the source that I'm working off of. And you can figure out some cool harmonies around that. And let's see. It's definitely slower. This is about right. So my kickoff would go something like 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you got a mandolin, you're psyched, and really whatever you're holding, you're psyched because this is a great song. And you're gonna kick us off on the gospel plow, key of G. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Journey now. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. I got it. Well, the Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, all those prophets are dead and gone. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Play. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Me then you. Well, I got my hands on the gospel plow, and I won't take nothing from my journey now. Keep your hand on the plow, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow, hold on. Okay. Pretty fun. It's just a motoric, cool arrangement of that. Okay. And of course, he got the Bob Dylan version. How many of you have checked out that from his, I think it's his first album, with the harmonica and very chuggy and very cool. Okay. Hello, everybody. Facebook. Hi, David Holcamp. Nice to see you here, my friend, in New Mexico. And probably others here on Facebook, but it's just not letting me see them. So I'll work on that. Over here on YouTube, we got a population. Hello, Kim Harris. Hello, Joe Dalrymple. Back for more on the Martin. Hello, Sandy. And you are back and doing well in Bakersfield, jamming along. Hello, Sage Huberman. Hello, Ava is back. Anita is back. Playing in other positions rather than first position, yeah. It's a great opportunity to work on things that you are working on. Limit yourself to one thing. Say, I'm just going to play in this zone, or I'm just going to do pentatonics on this one. And then you take off all those limits, and you have that tool to work in to what you're feeling. Dave, Ellen, nice to see you here. And yes, I've been away a few weeks. Thank you for being here. Hello, Chuck McLaughlin and Flort Collins. Hello, Scott C. holding down the bass. Kim. And Craig knows the Nashville Bluegrass Band version. Okay, cool. Craig Schweers. Sorry, I'm pretty nearsighted. I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard for me to read this. And I'm going to refresh this and see if Facebook's going to show me some more of you. But if not, no worries. I know you're there. And some updates. I won't be here next Monday for sure, because I'm going to be on a flight to Baja California. And I am flying on that Monday. We're doing Baja Wondergrass next week, and that's going to be a treat after all these winter festivals we've been doing. And then, lots of other stuff going on. I got a show at Whibby Brewing this Saturday in Longmont, a great songwriters night with two of my close friends who are fantastic songwriters and have some stories, some real life stories that go along with their songs. And we'll be playing some fun songs and telling those stories together. And that'll be a fun, intimate sit-down show at Whibby Brewing Lager Lounge this Saturday. And all the info is on my website. And lots of other shows coming up, mostly in Colorado and the West and on the rivers. But, there's a lot happening, and there's things going on in the music scene. And I don't know if I'll ever tour again the way I used to, but I would like to be out there playing more of the festivals and more of the fun shows in your area. So let's keep staying in touch about that. I got a busy summer on the rivers with a bunch of these gigs sort of peppered in. And come fall, who knows? Maybe I'll start another project and be out there playing. But for now, I've got my my sort of Americana rockin' group, Tyler and Friends, where we're doing stuff from my album, trying to have a good time. We've got sort of a bluegrass lineup that plays some, and then of course we're doing a Pickin' on the Dead thing that we have a bunch of gigs outside of Winter Wondergrass now, because that's sort of caught on. So lots of situations that you'll find me in, and I'm writing lots of new songs and trying to get my solo Lador suite finished so I can record that and get some of that out to you. And that's based on my experience on the Green River. And yeah, been inspired. That's the point. I'm inspired, got lots of music, and I'm going to keep you up to date on them on the website and right here. But I won't see you next Monday. I'll keep you posted on the following week. And we're getting to that time where where things are busy, and this will be a little more irregular through the late spring and summer. Okay, and we are going to play Big Sciota, a song about a river in the Midwest. And if you don't know Big Sciota, it goes like this. 1 and a 5 and a 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1 and 1. 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5 and a 1. Da, 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 1 and a 5 and a 1 and a 1 and a 4, 5 and a 1. 1 and a 5, 5 and a 4, 4 and 6 minor and a 5 and a 1. 1 and a 5, 5 and a 4, 4 and 6 minor and a 5 and a 1. So that's the changes that I play. I know there's lots of versions of that, or at least a few different versions out there. And I'm going to kick it off. We'll play it 3 times through, okay? So me, you, and then me, you again. And that's the way we're going to do it. And this doesn't need a tag. Somehow this one just kind of likes to end, in my opinion. But here we go. I'll kick us off on Big Sciota, and we'll do it 3 times through. Well, that was fun. Of course, I don't have you backing me up. It's probably more fun for you, right? Because you have rhythm. I'm just here by myself. But it's great practice for me. Okay, Little Annie, springtime song. And it is springtime around here. The birds are singing. The green fields are heralding a jubilant celebration of what is happening in Southern California after all this rain. And one of the reasons I came back this week was to rest up, and it worked out that I came here and got the COVID, and I've been desperately trying to keep it from my mom and others, and so far it's worked, and I'm just grateful I didn't have to cancel any of the festivals or the big project I was doing before Winter Wondergrass, or in between the two Winter Wondergrasses. I had a big old project that I still am not at liberty to announce, but I will be announcing soon, and many of you will probably be very interested in it. But thank goodness I didn't have to cancel any of that, and I made it through. I was fighting something the whole time at Winter Wondergrass, Colorado. The week before that, I was on a gig in Denver where there was COVID going around, and one of the band members had to bail on the gig, and then one of my guys got COVID, and I had to cancel one of my gigs, and I was staying with him and fully exposed, but I managed to slip through that time. And then my girlfriend had a cold, and she lost her voice, and I was hanging out with her and trying desperately not to get that. And then finally, it got me. After all this, there was a couple cases going around Winter Wondergrass, and I arrived here in Hamul, California, feeling good but feeling tired, and then the next day, got the COVID. So that's what it's been. But one of the reasons I came, aside from seeing mom and seeing family here and resting up, was to reap the benefits of all this rain that I went through when I was here over the winter, and we had these atmospheric rivers, which are still happening in California. There was a lot of snow up in Tahoe, people digging their houses out under 12 feet of snow on their roofs. Some of you are up there, and you're listening to me and nodding and saying, "Oh yeah." But tell you what, the blooms and the grasses and the green around here are quite incredible, and we've been trying to get to the desert, but Mom and I have been avoiding each other, and we're going to go tomorrow out to the Anza Borrego Desert and see the wildflowers. So, very excited to be here just for another couple days. And that's enough of me blabbing. We're going to play Little Annie, this song about spring, in the key of C. 1 and 1 and 4, and a 1 and a 1 and a 5, and a 1 and 1 and a 4, and a 1 and a 5 and a 1, and a 5 and 5 and a 1, and a 1 and a 1 and a 5, and a 1 and a 1, 4 and a 4, and 5 and a 5 and a 1. That's a verse and that's a chorus, and I'm just not even going to demonstrate the kickoff because you know what to do. And you're going to kick us off right now on Little Annie in the key of C. Here you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm sure that was a great kickoff, but what we're going to do when we start playing breaks is we'll play all the way through the verse and the chorus form, okay? So I'll sing a verse chorus and then I'll take it through the entire verse and chorus. And then we'll sing another verse chorus and you'll take it through the entire verse and chorus, give you a chance to play over those chorus changes. Okay, here we go. Once more, little Annie, I must leave you. we shall part at the end of the lane. But promise me, little Annie, you'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the springtime comes on the mountain, and the wildflowers are scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. I got it. When the sun shines down on the mountain, and the wild sheep are wandering all alone, and the birds and the bees are humming, makes me think springtime won't be very long. When the springtime comes on the mountain, and the wildflowers are scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. The springtime is here, little Annie. I am on my way back to the lane where you promised me, little Annie, you'd be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the springtime comes on the mountain, and the wildflowers are scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. Okay. How was that? It sure was fun for me. I love that song. Another one that we sourced from the Carter family. And again, not sure who wrote it, but they recorded it and they own the copyright. Lots of great versions. My version is mostly sort of derived from the Lilly Brothers. And of course, Vern and Ray from the California scene have their really cool version as well. And here's an original song, Last Day on the Job. Hey, why not? We've done this before, and I got some good feedback about it, so we're trying it again. In the key of C, this one goes 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 4, 1, 5 and a 4 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 1, 5 and a 4 and a 5, and then the chorus 6 minor to the 4 and a 1 to the 5, 6 minor, 4 and 5, 6 minor, 4, 1 and a 5, 6 minor, 4 and 1 and 5 and 1. So that's the whole song. We only pick over the verse the C chord bit. And the only difference here, which is significant, is that at the end of your break, there's an extra measure of the 5 chord that we don't do when we're singing the verses. So in singing, I'm going 1 and a 4 and a 5 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 4, 1, 5 and a 4 and a 4 and a 5 and a 5, and you move right along. But when we're picking it, after that last 4 chord, 4 and a 4 and a 5 and 5 and 1 more measure back to the verse. So the picking has that extra measure of the 5 chord at the end. But when we're singing it, we just skip that. And we'll take this at a reasonable tempo. This will be a good bit slower than my performance tempo of this song. Give everyone a chance to get into it. And my kickoff goes 1, 2, 3. One of these strings is a little off. Try to fix that. Hear the birds singing outside. That springtime jubilation I was talking about. I heard some canyon wrens yesterday on my hike. That was exciting. Those are one of my favorite bird songs, the canyon wren. Okay. Here we go. Last day on the job in the key of C. You're going to kick it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Since I felt this way, new horizons, better place. Been counting down the years up to this day. Now the sun is rising and I'm finding my way out of this race. Paid my debts, I punched that clock. Very well, it's been a long time coming. Cleaned my desk, my log. Gonna cash that check, it's the last day on the job. I got it. I've got some clothes and all my gear packed up. The old dog's waiting out in the truck. Got no badge and I don't care no more. The only clearance that I need is under my 4x4. Paid my debts, I punched that clock. Very well, it's been a long time coming. Cleaned my desk, turned in my log. I'm gonna cash that check, it's the last day on the job. Play it. helped some folks along my way. Took my orders, drew my pay, provided for my home and family. Now I'm flying down the highway and I'm finally breaking free. Paid my debts, I punched that clock. Very well, it's been a long time coming. Cleaned my desk, turned in my log. I'm gonna cash that check, it's the last day. I'm gonna cash that check, it's the last day, yeah. I'm gonna cash that check, it's the last day on the job. Hey, I get so into the zone because I perform that song so much that I forgot to cue you on the tag. And you've seen this happen a lot where I'm in the middle of the thing and I'm trying to give you a cue. In a jam, I just look at you, but I don't trust that everyone's like looking at me the whole time. We don't have eye contact, right? So I'm trying to get this licking. Play it. Something I'm getting better at. But anyway, that was fun. Last day on the job. Hope you like that song. And here's one. I got a request from Ty Van Valkenburg for this one. The Squirrel Hunters, right? This is the Squirrel Hunters, the way John Hartford would introduce it. And it's in A, and it's quite modal. You could argue it's in the key of D, but I think it's in A. And it goes 1, 1, 1, 1, flat 7, 1 and 1, 1 and a 1, flat 7 and a 4, 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 1, and flat 7 and a flat 7 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, flat 7 and a 4. And those are the changes the whole time. We just ended on that 4 chord. So that's why I said you could argue that it's in the key of D, but I feel the resolution happens on the A chord. And it's a trippy little melody, and I'll bet you this is an old-time tune that just kind of got configured this way over the years. And there are other chord substitutions you can use on this melody, and you'll hear other artists, play unique chord substitutions on this one. But this is the way we're going to do it tonight, kind of straight up. And let's go 3 times through, and I will kick it off on the Squirrel Hunters. Here we go. Nice easy tempo, and here it is. I'll do taters. the Squirrel Hunters. Lively number. There's a lot. I mean, I did say nice, easy tempo. We are at 108. That's a nice, easy tempo as far as like our mid-tempo jam goes. We usually work up to like close to 120 by the end of this. And of course, certain songs feel different at different tempos. That felt pretty lively to me. I don't know about you, but I hope you were able to play it and enjoy it as I did. And my version, again, it's, you know, I believe the source is Ed Haley on this one, fiddling Ed Haley, and the Hartford version has a couple little twists in it, and one of the things I do, I like to throw that little flat third in there just briefly for some reason, I don't know, but I hear John do that on the fiddle, and I like that. It kind of gives this spooky old-timey thing. And I was sort of trusting him on that version. And that's who I pulled it from, basically. But I'm not sure if he threw that in or if he sourced that from Ed Haley or another old-time fiddler along the way. Anyway, there's Squirrel Hunters, my version of it. Keep on the Sunny Side. And this is just another... This is a, you know, sort of a universal gospel song, I guess you could say. And there's really only one bit that mentions Jesus anyway. And I have friends who will actually change that verse ever so slightly if they don't want it to sound like a gospel song. But I leave it in there. And here is the good old Carter family sing-along that we all know and loves, Keep on the Sunny Side. And this relates to, you know, to my universal view of the gospel songs, and I am by no means lacking faith in that department. I mean, I believe that anything is possible, and the Jesus story, sure, could be real. I've read those gospels, and I think they're excellent messages. But to me, it's just a matter of faith. You know, if you believe it, then you believe it, and it's real. And there's lots of things that I believe, and that's one of them. And lots of other things that I believe could be real. And I support all religions. I believe in all religions, and I believe that the gospel songs are here for us to just enjoy because they're great songs. And again, like I said, if I knew a handful of more Pesach songs, I would have thrown them in, or you know, religious songs from other faiths, because it's all just beautiful stuff. And to me, it's universal, and it's all about the love and the positivity. And this song really sums it up nicely. And the way we play it in the key of E is a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 1 and 5 and a 5 and a 1. So that's the verse, and that's what we're picking on. And then the chorus, of course, 1 and 1 and 4 and 4, 1. The third verse says, trust in our Savior. It doesn't even mention Jesus, but it does mention Savior, and that relates to the gospel as it pertains to the New Testament. The interesting thing, and I don't mean to be on a pulpit here, I'm just trying to be like an open conduit here for anybody here, no matter what you believe. And an interesting thing about gospel songs is that many gospel songs relate to the Old Testament, and the gospel is the word of Jesus from the New Testament. So an interesting thing about gospel, like gospel is a very loose term, right? we're singing a lot about Moses and the ark and some of these stories from the Old Testament, right, that have nothing to do with the gospel of Christ. So anyway, that term gospel is a bit of a construct, and they're really like Christian songs when it comes down to it. But that applied to the Old Testament, so you could sing some of these songs in the Jewish faith too, or in the Muslim faith, which borrows a lot of those same books from the Old Testament. Anyhow, it's all about the love and it's all about the music, and I'm rambling, and please forgive me, but we're going to play Keep on the Sunny Side, and the way we're going to do it is I'm going to borrow one of these cool kind of crooked rhythmic things, and don't be scared, from the Carter Family. So at the end of the verse, it's going to be, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side. We're going to start the chorus one beat earlier than you expect. So, though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. 2, 3. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. So we're going to jump a beat on the chorus, and you'll be able to follow me on this. And it's a really fun way to play the song, and it's one of the things that I borrow from the original version that people have straightened out these days. But another thing I love about this song is the ways that we can play on the verse. And the way I would kick this off is kind of like what Mother Maybelle would do with the melody strum. So 1, 2, 3. That kind of melody strum thing. Now I'm going to back this down just a hair because that's a fine tempo, but I want to make this a little easier for everybody. So, there we go. Kick us off. That's what happens when you give me a microphone. I'm going to tell you what I think about things. And it's all trying to promote inclusion. So go ahead, you're included here. You're going to kick us off on Keep on the Sunny Side in the key of E. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. I got it. The storm in its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storm will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. Play. greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moment be cloudy or fair, let us trust in our Savior always, to keep us everyone in His care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. I'm gonna play, you play after me. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life. Woohoo! Alright, we did it. Love that song. How's everyone doing? You still with me? Okay, Jennifer, you made it. Got a ticket to Wibby, but your flight to Baja changed it. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, thank you for miracling that ticket to a friend. And there we go. There's Facebook land. We got a lot of folks on YouTube. Ty Van Valkenburg, you're here for your request. Sovtek from Austin, picking the guitar. Very cool. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Mr. Twisted Texas, Tony, hello. And Tuxo says bravo. And we got a lot of the usual characters. And sorry you're hearing some notifications popping up. They, for some reason, Instagram is notifying me on my laptop. But I need to, every now and then those things will creep in when I don't mean to allow that. Okay, so hopefully that stopped. And now we are moving on to this one, which is one of my favorites from the Johnson Mountain Boys. I sourced this from Dudley Connell. I actually asked Dudley, I emailed him, asking, and he was so gracious at getting back to me, where he sourced this song. Because the only version I can find besides the Johnson Mountain Boys is the Moving, gosh, what are they called? They're called the Moving, the Moving Star Hall Singers. Check out their version of this song. It is amazing. And totally, I was like, Dudley, is this where you got that song from? He says, no, there was actually another source. He can't remember the artist's name, but it was a blues singer from the Smithsonian recordings that he sourced this version from. But anyway, check out the Star Hall Singers version of Sea God's Ark a Movin'. If you want a haunting, like really cool, really deep traditional version of the song. But anyway, this is from Johnson Mountain Boys, and this has the great guitar kickoff from David McLaughlin from the Blue Diamond album. And it's simple form. It's in B, and it goes 1 and 1, 1 and 5, 1 and 4 and 5 and 1. That's the whole song. See God's ark moving, see God's ark moving, picks me up on my lonely days, carries me through tomorrow. And again, one of the reasons I love it so much is the kickoff. And if you haven't heard that Johnson Mountain Boys recording, you should give that a listen. And I'm gonna kind of too fast. It's a rollicking mid-tempo thing. So we're slowing the tempo down to find it. And Dave McLaughlin, who's usually the mandolin player, right, for Johnson Mountain Boys, he also is a great guitar player, and he does this. 1, 2, 3. It's just so grooving in the band, and I'm not really doing it justice. But that's the kickoff that I play, and it's a short break. That's all it is. It's the one time through. So give us a nice quick kickoff here on See God's Ark a Movin', and we'll pass it around once we get into it. Here we go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. See God's Ark a movin', see God's Ark a movin', picks me up on my lonely days, carries me through tomorrow. The rain came up hard, you know, and the wind began to blow. I lift my voice up into the sky, cried mercy to my soul. See God's Ark a movin', see God's Ark a movin', picks me up on my lonely days, carries me through tomorrow. Must have felt my faith. He held me till he was safe, and I will never again draw a doubting breath, for he delivered me from my death. See God's Ark a movin', see God's Ark a movin', picks me up on my lonely days, carries me through tomorrow. Play. Resist temptation if you just can't put it down. When the ark sets sail on the rolling sea, you're gonna follow the boat and drown. See God's Ark a movin', see God's Ark a movin', picks me up on my lonely days, carries me through tomorrow. Me then you. See God's Ark a movin', see God's Ark a movin', picks me up on my lonely days, carries me through tomorrow. Picks me up on my lonely days, carries me through tomorrow. Short and sweet, but a good Old Testament gospel song. Okay, and now we're going to close it out with some straight up bluegrass with old Jimmy Martin's Sophronie. And then we will have a short break before the fast jam. A very short break. We'll have about 15 minutes, which I'm going to spend walking around, stretching out, looking at the lovely sunset out here, and warming up a little bit for the fast tempos. So I hope you do the same. And let's find a good tempo here for Sophronie. We definitely got to pick this up a little bit. So this might kind of be out of the blue for the tempos we've been living at, but this is appropriate for this song. Is actually rather tame for this song. In the key of B. 1 and 1 and 4 and 4, 5 and 5 and 1 and 1, till my Sophronie left me so lonely, and now there's a teardrop in my eye. Whatever you're feeling is going to be a wonderful kickoff. So, hit it. Kick us off in the key of B on Sophronie. Here we go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. lucky she's found another man. I can't even kiss her, can't even hold her hand. That moon we used to love beneath is still up in the sky. Now I'm just a hot shot with a teardrop in my eye. Love 'em and leave 'em, kiss 'em and grieve 'em. That used to be my motto so high. Till my Sophronie left me so lonely, and now there's a teardrop in my eye. Till Gabriel blows his bugle, I'll be loving that sweet girl. She means more to me than the whole wide world. I used to be a killer with the women, me oh my. Now I'm just a hot shot with a teardrop in my eye. Love 'em and leave 'em, kiss 'em and grieve 'em. That used to be my motto so high. Till my Sophronie left me so lonely, and now there's a teardrop in my eye. Play. I used to slay the pretty girls from Maine to Alabama. Loved them very much at first, and then I let them down. I've seen so many pretty eyes filled with bitter tears. Find them and forget them, but now I have my fears. Love 'em and leave 'em, kiss 'em and grieve 'em. That used to be my motto so high. Till my Sophronie left me so lonely, and now there's a teardrop in my eye. Me than you. Last chorus. Love 'em and leave 'em, kiss 'em and grieve 'em. That used to be my motto so high. Till my Sophronie left me so lonely, and now there's a teardrop in my eye. All right, the Jimmy Martin ending. Okay, thank you all so much. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for your donations, chiming in, keeping this little community going. Like I said, I'm out next week, but I will try the following week, and I will do a post and let you know. And I will get my website updated, of course, when that happens. I've been at least putting the date on the website when I know it's going to happen, and that's usually, the Friday before. When I post the set lists on my Facebook and my Instagram. If you're not on Facebook or Instagram, just look at the website and you'll see at least that it's going to happen on that date or not. And thank you, of course, for the donations. It's a big help for me, and you all are the best. I will see you at the Fast Jam in about 15 minutes. Okay.